What's up, everybody? Today I'll be showing you my build I will go with for the Server Slam Diablo 4 beta starting from May 12th, which is tomorrow, until 14th, and I'll be doing a 24-hour stream from Friday to Saturday, and at the end of the stream I'll be doing a giveaway of a Diablo 4 Ultimate Edition as well as this limited edition mug Diablo 4. It's thermal and is absolutely amazing. So that will be happening at the end. And before we get into the build for the Barbarian, I will show you a couple of the nerfs and maybe buffs as well that happened or that were data mined from the downloadable patch, the Server Slam. And overall, TLDR across the board, Shouts got nerfed pretty big time. Whirlwind got buffed for whatever reason, even though it was already strong, except not while leveling. For Whirlwind, you kinda needed aspects, so kinda okay, I guess. I also made a double swing build for Barbarian, dual wheel build. You can check it out right up top, right over there. That was one of my favorite builds, but I'm kind of glad they buffed double swing, even though double swing is very underperforming, I would say, compared to other core skills. And this buff, this basically refunds the full fury. Doesn't really do much. I thought I'm really going double swing for a single target for Ashava, which is our main objective for this beta. So I'm trying to go with a build that focuses on single target and boss build. But I don't see this because stunned or knocked down, that's only the vulnerable or when you stagger the boss basically. That's when he gets into this state and that's when it would proc, so kinda meh. We got Fury here for Whirlwind. Bash got buffed as well for the base life as Fortify. Hammer of the Ancients got nerfed damage-wise. Rallying Cry got decreased on the resource generation. Changing Shout got actually reduced, both the reduction of the duration shout and then a reduction of the damage reduction, basically. Which is quite okay, I would say. We'll see about that. We got Iron Skin buff, defensive stance. This one is also reduced by a lot. We got Whirlwind that got buffed again here, where it deals twice as more damage of the base damage as bleeding over time. And the Power Cry damage is a flat 10% now, not an additional. The War Cry gives you a less life as Fortify. Now Upheaval had a huge nerf. Before this upgrade was 8%, now it's 3%. So that's from 80% to 30% because it stacks 10 times. That's a 50% nerf right there. Pretty interesting. Ruling Cry get also nerfed. The Fury generation, everything, just Fury gain. I'll be pretty rough when it comes to resource as a Barbarian. We'll see about that. We got Challenging Shout again, and like also Thorns got nerfed across the board. Tough as Nails is decreased a lot. It's at 9% maximum. It used to be 60% if I recall correctly, 20, 40, and 60. So kind of wild. Booming voice got decreased as well, the duration of the shouts. And all other stuff as well. These are the ultimates, but we won't have access to these in the beta because our maximum points will be 22. Our maximum level will be 20. Those two extra points are from Renown. So that's what we really work with. And work right here also, reduction of the duration, which is kind of meh. But if you want to check out other buffs and nerfs, I will leave the link down below in the description in the pinned comment actually. So you can check it out. You can take a look. Now going into the build. This is the basic skill. This is basically for leveling, and I might change some stuff for the, if you will, endgame build for the beta. But we're gonna start off with a lunging strike here. I took it for a couple of the reasons, mainly because it is a gap closer, if you will, so this will allow us to travel faster. Also pretty nice damage, 30% damage, and right here, it does another 30% damage, so 60% damage right there, and also heals you if you damage a healthy enemy. If I recall correctly, healthy enemy was around 75% to 80% HP, so basically to any full HP mob, so that's your opener, which deals nice damage and also heals you. So this will be our sustain while leveling. The upgrade here is either bleeding, and later on, if you can get crit strike, you can go with berserk, so we can have non-stop berserk. So it's up to you, but this bleeding will be pretty nice against bosses as well. so you can kite around if you need to kite, that is. Now, when it comes to core skills, I did go for Upheaval, even though it got nerfed. I'm not a big fan of Spin to Win relevant builds because that's too meta. I don't vibe with meta. You might be laughing now because I picked Upheaval, but after this nerf, I don't think people will play that. People will switch to Whirlwind. Everyone. So hot tag got nerfed. That could be also pretty still viable, I would say. I think everything will be viable. Double swing, again, like I said, very underperforming. I was not happy with that at all. As you can see in the video. Now, Upheaval. This is still the same, 98% damage. 20% chance to stun, which is amazing for 2.5 seconds, which is pretty good. Now, on this website, these nerfs are not updated yet, but I just like the layout of this build. My guy Lothric on his build on this website has it updated. So we will still go with this Furious Upheaval, even though it's 30% damage increase instead of 80. I still think this is better. And also because of this, we need to stack it up 10 times, which means your basic skill should be a fast attacking one, right? So for Ashava, I might change it to Frenzy instead of Lunging Strike, because this is gives you attack speed for each stack. 20% right here, up to 60%. So 3 stacks for 3 seconds. And then you get another attack speed with Additional Fury. And also your other skills here, if you're berserking, you get attack speed. So that means for Upheaval as well. So that could be really good. It also uses dual wield, which are faster than two-hander. So that brings me to, it's a good synergy, I would say, with Frenzy. But we're going to go with Lunging Strike for leveling. And so this is the full upgraded Upheaval. You obviously want to go first a couple of the points so you can unlock the next step, which is score here. So from basic, you put one in Lunging Strike. You put one here in Enhanced Lunging Strike. And then you go for Upheaval. You return back to Bleeding if you need that. If you don't, you can just put it in the Crit Strike here, or you can put it in somewhere else, as in like extra level for Upheaval. Now for our next step, next tree is Rallying Cry. Even with the nerf, I still think this is gonna be still the key shout to pick, because it's still regeneration, gives you movement speed. Here with the upgrade, it gives you Unstoppable, which means immunity to CC. And Rallying Cry, again, more fury, more generation. Why not? We need that. Then I went for Challenging Shout. Only 1 point here, just for the damage reduction, 40%. It got nerfed, as you can see on the right side as we went over. I didn't pick any upgrades here because I wanted to get to the next point ASAP. So we might play around with it once we reach Ashava, but this will be it for the leveling. Now the classic war cry for the damage shout. Again, I think these 3 shouts I think will be just the way to go as a barb. I only got this one upgrade here for berserking, because here the power war cry is only good for the trash clear. For boss clear, this does absolutely nothing. If you struggle with survivability for Ashava, you can go with this one, but I just went with this one so we can use the point somewhere else. Now on our next step, I went with only the passives here, and as well as Steel Chains. So here, this one gives you more damage to close enemies. We are melee build, so close enemies, that's our jam. And damage reduction from distant enemies, from those range mobs. And then I went with Steel Grasp for 2 reasons. I like this build a lot, this skill a lot, because not only it has 2 charges to applies, it also has only 11 seconds of cooldown. And also the main thing I love about this is applies vulnerability for 2.5 seconds, and also gives you a berserk if you damage an enemy. So, Warcry gives us Berserk, this gives us Berserk. We have pretty good uptime for Berserk. That's what you want on your Barb, to have a lot of uptime on Berserk, because this one gives you movement speed and attack speed as well. Increased damage. And since we got 22 maximum points again up here, because we get 2 points extra from the Renown, and then we are maximum level 20 for the Silver Slam. So we're looking at that. And this would be pretty much the build for leveling. If you're struggling with survivability, you could also go for either Iron Skin for the barrier, or you could go for Groundstone for some CC. Up to you. I might also test out the Power Kick build for Barbarian. I also tested it at the end of the last beta, which wasn't too bad at all. But this one is very powerful, especially in dungeons when you're farming elites. For example, Anika's Claim When there's walls, you know, you just use kick. You just position yourself and the elite so you can kick the elite into the wall, basically. It also applies quite a long vulnerability as well, which is pretty damn sweet. I might also, but not sure, pick leap for basically the distance, you know, be mobile for the mobility. But we are very limited with points, so I didn't go for it. I would also like to go with movement speed because there is never enough of movement speed. And I didn't go for this one in beta. I was pretty slow. I didn't have movement speed on boots either, so that was quite pain. But this would be pretty much it for the leveling build and also Ashava build. You know, for Ashava, I would probably switch the lunging strike for frenzy so we can build as fast as possible for that upheaval. Especially if you can get aspects for damage. Barbarian has one thing that is like a key, I would say, and that is a damage multiplier. It has a lot of aspects, aka legendary powers that have damage multipliers. So that kind of requires of having a fast attacking speed skill or weapon, if you will. So Frenzy would pair well, the best probably with this one. But yeah, that is it from me. If you enjoy my content, please consider that subscribe or hit that like button because it does trigger the YouTube algorithm gods and it does help a lot. So once again, keep an eye on the giveaway on my stream. I will leave the link of the tweet where I share the details in the link in the pinned comment, as well as these updates, these nerfs and buffs. And until next time, y'all have a good one and take it easy. Thank you for watching. Peace out.